The African savanna is a dynamic arena where the survival of species relies on complex interactions. Monkeys, zebras, and lions each play a critical role in maintaining the balance of this ecosystem. From playful primates swinging in the trees to zebras galloping in herds and lions prowling as apex predators, the savanna's interconnected web is both fascinating and vital for understanding wildlife dynamics. Let's take a deep dive into how these animals coexist and interact, shaping their shared environment. Zebras, the essential prey. Zebras, perhaps the most iconic grazers of the African plains, are critical to maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. They are often the primary prey for lions, accounting for nearly 50% of the lion's diet in certain regions. But their role in the savanna goes beyond being hunted. Zebras are essential grazers, consuming large amounts of grass and helping to prevent overgrowth. Overgrown grasslands can become less suitable for other animals and can even lead to fires during the dry season. By moving constantly in search of fresh grass, zebras play a key role in promoting healthy plant regrowth. Their migration patterns are closely followed by predators like lions, who rely on these movements to find their next meal. But zebras are no easy target. With their sharp senses and herd mentality, they can quickly alert one another to approaching predators, making them a challenging prey for even the stealthiest lions. Monkeys, the savanna's alarm system. Monkeys, particularly baboons, play a surprisingly important role in the ecosystem. While they are not involved in direct predator-prey relationships with zebras or lions, their presence often helps zebras survive longer. Baboons act as the savanna's alarm system, always on the lookout for potential threats. These highly social primates have excellent eyesight and are constantly scanning the horizon for danger. When they spot a predator like a lion, they emit loud warning calls that alert other animals in the area, including zebras. This relationship between monkeys and zebras is a perfect example of mutualism, where both species benefit from each other's presence. Zebras get an early warning system, and baboons can forage more safely when zebras and other large herbivores are around, stirring up insects and exposing fruits and roots. This interaction may not be as visible as a lion chasing a zebra, but it's an essential part of the savanna's balance. Lions, the apex predators. Lions, the kings of the African savanna, are at the top of the food chain. They primarily hunt zebras, wildebeests, and other herbivores, keeping these populations in check. However, their hunting methods are much more complex than simply chasing down prey. Lions are ambush predators, relying on the cover of tall grass and trees to sneak up on their targets. This requires a delicate balance in the landscape. Enough vegetation to provide cover, but not so much that it hinders the lion's movement. But not all is perfect in the lion's kingdom. In recent years, studies have shown that invasive species, particularly the big-headed ant, have disrupted the environment in ways that make hunting more difficult for lions. These ants have displaced native ant species that used to protect trees from being eaten by elephants. Without these native ants, the elephants have been eating and destroying more trees, reducing the amount of cover available for lions to use during hunts. The loss of tree cover has forced lions to adapt, often leading them to hunt different prey, such as buffalo, which are much harder and more dangerous to kill. The impact of ants on the ecosystem. It may seem hard to believe that tiny ants could have such a significant impact on the African savanna, but recent research shows just how interconnected ecosystems can be. The big-headed ant, an invasive species originally from the Indian Ocean, has been gradually taking over the habitats of native ants that protect the whistling thorn tree. These native ants have a symbiotic relationship with the trees, offering protection in exchange for food and shelter. When the invasive big-headed ants displace these native ants, the trees lose their protectors, making them more vulnerable to being eaten by elephants. This leads to a drastic reduction in tree cover, which in turn makes it more difficult for lions to hide while hunting zebras. Studies have shown that in areas with big-headed ant infestations, zebra kills by lions have dropped from 67% to just 42%. This is a remarkable example of how even the smallest creatures can influence the entire food chain. Zebras and habitat changes. As lions have had to adapt their hunting strategies due to changes in the landscape, zebras have also had to adjust their behavior. With fewer trees and bushes to provide cover for lions, zebras can now spot predators from greater distances, giving them more time to react and escape. This has led to a decrease in zebra kills, forcing lions to rely more on other prey, such as buffalo and antelope. Zebras, however, are not without their challenges. As lion predation decreases, zebra populations could rise unchecked, leading to overgrazing. This can have severe consequences for the ecosystem, as overgrazing can damage the grasslands and reduce biodiversity. Conservationists are now grappling with how to manage zebra populations without disrupting the delicate balance of predator-prey relationships that have existed for centuries. Lions adapting to new prey. The decline in zebra kills has forced lions to shift their focus to other prey, particularly buffalo. While buffalo provide more meat per kill, they are much harder and more dangerous to hunt. Buffalo are known for their strength and aggressive behavior, and it is not uncommon for them to injure or even kill lions during hunts. This shift in prey selection has had a noticeable impact on lion behavior, with some prides becoming more cautious and selective in their hunting tactics. This adaptation is a testament to the resilience of lions, but it also highlights the fragility of the ecosystem. If the balance between lions, zebras, and other herbivores is disrupted too much, it could lead to long-term consequences for the entire savanna. Conservation efforts. Balancing the ecosystem. Efforts to conserve lions and other wildlife in the African savanna must take into account the complex interactions between species. Protecting one species at the expense of another can have unintended consequences. For example, if conservationists focus solely on increasing zebra populations without considering their predators, overgrazing could become a serious issue. Similarly, if lion populations are protected without addressing the impact of invasive species like the big-headed ant, their hunting success could continue to decline, leading to population imbalances. Conservationists are now working to develop holistic strategies that take into account the entire ecosystem. This includes efforts to remove invasive species, protect native ant populations, and restore tree cover to provide more hiding places for lions during hunts. These efforts are critical to maintaining the delicate balance that allows the savanna to thrive. The role of elephants in the ecosystem. Elephants are often referred to as the architects of the savanna, and for good reason. Their feeding habits have a profound impact on the landscape, particularly when it comes to trees. In areas where native ants are present, elephants are less likely to feed on trees because the ants will bite them, causing irritation. However, in areas where big-headed ants have displaced the native species, elephants can feed on trees without any resistance. This increased tree destruction has created more open spaces, which has had a ripple effect on the entire ecosystem. While this may benefit zebras by giving them a clearer view of approaching predators, it has made hunting more difficult for lions, forcing them to adapt in ways that could have long-term consequences for their populations. The ripple effect of invasive species. The arrival of the big-headed ant in the African savanna is a stark reminder of how fragile ecosystems can be. These ants, which were originally brought to the region accidentally, have caused a chain reaction that has affected everything from tree cover to predator-prey relationships. By displacing native ants, they have made it harder for trees to survive, which in turn has affected the ability of lions to hunt their preferred prey, zebras. This disruption has forced lions to switch to more dangerous prey, such as buffalo, and has led to a decrease in zebra kills. If left unchecked, this could have serious consequences for the entire ecosystem, potentially leading to overgrazing by zebras and further disruptions in the food chain. The future of the savanna ecosystem. The future of the African savanna relies on maintaining its intricate balance, where even small species like ants play a critical role. Invasive ants have disrupted tree cover, affecting lion hunting behavior and altering the predator-prey relationship. Lions now hunt more dangerous prey like buffalo, which impacts the entire ecosystem. Conservation must focus on entire ecosystems, addressing habitat loss, invasive species, and predator-prey dynamics. Cooperation between local communities, governments, and international organizations is essential, as is the use of technology to monitor these changes. Effective conservation protects the ecosystem's biodiversity, not just individual species. Thanks for joining me on this wild journey through the savannah. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, subscribe for more amazing animal insights, and let me know in the comments what creature interaction you'd like to explore next. See you in the next adventure.